students, myself Professor Rachna Patel, and today we are here to check experimental result on Ohm's law. We want to check whether Ohm's law can be verified on a linear device and what happens if non-linear device is there. First of all, to verify Ohm's law, we should be aware about the statement. As far as the statement of Ohm's law is concerned, V by I ratio should be same. And if that is the case in any particular element, we can say that that element is a linear element. Now, here let's say at the initial stage I want to take result for resistive element. As you can see that V and I, these two parameters we need to check. That's why as far as the circuit diagram is concerned, resistance R is used I have, and right now the value of resistance that is selected for the experimental purpose is 985 ohm. As you can see that here we are using variable voltage source, and the symbol itself suggests that it is a DC voltage source which allow us to vary voltage from 0 to 12. Move for the next part. It is the fixed resistance. Already I have told you that we are using value of R as a 985 ohm, and as per our concept of Ohm's law, we are interested to measure voltage across that element and current pass through. As per the logic of measurement device, voltage measurement device is always required to connect in the parallel to R, and ammeter is required to connect in a series with element. So this type of arrangement we are going to make. What we are going to observe from the practical, voltage that we are going to select from the variable source, current which one we measured by ammeter itself, then we will take ratio of this voltage and current. What it will be calculated ratio of V by I, and the last column is our selected resistance value. What we will do, we will change different value of voltage, we will note down the reading of voltage and current, we will take the ratio with the calculation, and this is our selected value of R. And then we will also move with the graphical presentation of that observation table. As you can see over here, one side on a y-axis we will take readings of V, on x-axis we will take readings of I. Based on the observation table, you can point out different readings, and if your graphical presentation is exactly like that, you can say that element is resistive and it completely follows Ohm's law. The same thing we can verify by the experimental setup. Let's move on that part. So as per the discussion, we need to take variable voltage source. So for that I have used this part. The full experimental kit is available to us. I have used variable source part from that, and the remaining components are available on the second experimental kit as per the zone. These two measurement devices are for voltage, for current. Remember that when we are using multimeter, we need to set particular parameters with the particular range. We know that we are using voltage only up to the 12 volt and resistance is 985. So it is very obvious that current will be in term of the milliampere. So that's why, as you can see that this multimeter I have used as a current measurement, or you can say as a ammeter. So for that, using this rotary switch, I have selected the range of milliampere. So it will show DC milliampere current. And another part required to check is the port which we have used. If we are interested to use multimeter as a ammeter, select milliampere and common. If we want to use this meter for the voltage measurement, common remain as it is, but this red port will be available to this. So I hope it is clear as far as the arrangement is concerned. Other part, whenever we use experimental kit, make one thing very clear. We have availability of source, we have availability of element, but how to make internal connection? So for that, if you observe any of the circuit diagram, connected and some are dotted, mentioned with the dotted line. We show that dotted line show that internally they are not connected. So if we want to make passing of current from one point to another point, in between dotted line is there, we have to make external connection. Otherwise, no need to go with the external connection. Now please focus on that part. Plus and minus sign. It is the availability of source, and as per our discussion I have used this kit as a source, another kit as a source. So from that variable source I have connected through that. Now see, full line is there in between these two terminal, means internally they are connected. So no need to go with any external wire, but after this port, that is a dotted line. We show that if I want to make passing of current from this point to this point, I need to go with the external wire. So this yellow wire is the external connection. Then 985 ohm I have selected as an element. Once again, this wire is for the jumper wire, which allow passing of current from this port to this port, as they are not internally connected. This part is internally connected as full line is there, and for the current measurement purpose I have used this two port. So from this port current will be entered in this meter, and from common it will be returned. Again from this blue to this black, full line is already connected, that means internally they are short circuited. So I hope you all are clear with the internal connection. It's time to go with the reading, and for that Falguni madam will help me. First we will make switch on the supply. With switch on the supply, LED light will be available, which indicate that power is available with us. This is the first reading we have. I again repeat, this one is for voltage, this one is for current. So what you can observe, voltage is 1.01 and at that time current is 1.03. Remember, unit is milliampere. If by the mathematical calculation, if you find V by I, its value will be 985. And we know that our actual value is 985. So with the first reading, all thing is very in a very good flow. Move for the next reading. We are going to set voltage with 2. See what I am going to do. I am just varying the voltage with either this probe or this. You can see the change in a voltage. That's it. Our selected voltage is there, 2.03. At the same time, what is value of current? Is 2.06 milliampere. We will calculate later on. First, let me complete the observation table V versus I. Now we will set with 4, slightly jump. With 4 volt, current measurement is 4.07 milliampere. Next reading with the 6 volt. The probe is very sensitive, so we have to take care with the exact setup of voltage. Okay. So with 6, current is 6.09 milliampere. Let me Move for the next reading with 8 volt. Just a minute. Let me move for the 10.3. As I told you that it is quite difficult to set exact voltage due to the sensitiveness of device. With 10.28 volt, current is 10.51 milliampere. So as you can see over here, V and I measurement, total 5 measurement we have taken. You can also exceed based on your requirement. So with that, if you calculate V by I keep this task up to you. You can calculate V by I for each and every reading. No doubt there will be slightly change compared to actual, but not large. With observation of V by I calculation, you can say that this element is exactly following Ohm's law. Why? Because every time V by I ratios remain constant. So what we can conclude after the performance of practical? We can conclude that any resistive element can follow V and I relationship as a linear relationship. That's why resistive element is known as a linear element. Thank you.